Welcome to the bot signal this morning. Today, we're going to talk about TunnelBear. Yes. It's brand new, well, not brand new to me, piece of software that is a pretty cool thing. We're going to talk about what's a VPN, why would you consider one, but we're also going to go ahead and take a look at their website and how well it's branded. Now, what does VPN have to do with all that we do? Nothing. It doesn't have anything to do with engagement marketing. It's just a way to, for me, I know that certain companies, certain social media platforms like to follow you around the internet and see what you buy, and then retarget you with messages to buy those things. I know that. I know that we're all being, people are wondering about chips in our necks. We don't need one. We've got one in our pocket. So, VPN is nothing more than an encrypted little tunnel in the internet that helps you privately watch whatever you want to watch or shop where you want to shop or whatever. For me, I like it better. And that's just, I don't like it that everybody, collects this data on everybody and then sells it to each other. And you know what? It's my data. If you want it, won't you pay me something for it? So, VPNs are critical if you want some privacy on the internet, which I spend my entire life on the internet. So I do want that. They're also pretty good if you are in a country where there's I don't know, a certain thing that is only showing on, like I'm thinking Netflix and Hulu and things like that. Sometimes they have special series that only, air in certain countries. With a VPN, you can totally connect to a VPN from somewhere else and kind of look like you're coming from there. So those of you with that interest, mainly, it's just privacy. It's just privacy on the internet. I'm not doing anything special, but I do feel like I don't like the knowledge that people, companies place something on you and follow you around the internet and collect that data and then use it to market to you or whatever they're doing with that information. Maybe they're building a giant brain. See also Westworld. Anyway, so VPN. To me, it's cool stuff. I really like it, and it's cheap. I mean, it's $3 a month. It's less than a cup of coffee. I don't know who's been to a Starbucks lately. I know I haven't been in months. I've gotten a couple of calls from them. But haven't been in months, but I do know that a lot of places too, like when I'm traveling around the country, I'm interneting from the airport. I'm doing all kinds of things. I don't want people getting my personal information. I don't want people getting my banking information. I don't want that. I don't want to be hacked. And this is your protection basically against that. Let's see here. Merry Christmas week. Merry Christmas week to you too. I wish I had a little, there's Elf. Elf came right up. That is my favorite Christmas movie right there, people. Will Ferrell. He just commits to the character. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, Teresa, I can't stand companies that follow me and hit me with ads. And they all do. It's, for them, it's a much better way to market because you're marketing to somebody who has already shown an interest, which, I get it. I get that, but I just sometimes feel that it's just way too much. It's just way too much. You know what? I didn't get on the internet today so that y'all could sell to me. I got on to find out my information, do my work, maybe watch somebody play video games today. That's why I got on. Let me browse by myself. I don't need you. Thanks. You know what I'm saying? Jessica, that's also good to know when you're traveling in another country and safely and affordably still need access to your team, what you need while in a different country or time zone. Yeah. Used to happen a lot more often, will be happening again more often here as the vaccine comes out and as people start adopting that and we start to be safer again with travel. It really is an issue sometimes. And I need to connect, and I need to connect safely in an airport, from a coffee shop, wherever I'm sitting, whenever I need my team, I need to be able to get a hold of them. So just a few reasons why you might consider getting a VPN. Safety first, people. It is protection against people hacking in and getting your information. Basically, if you want to imagine an encrypted little tunnel, and this tunnel is inviting you to step in and surf the internet from there. It doesn't affect the way you surf the internet. It doesn't make everything slower. It doesn't do any of that. It just provides that little tunnel of encryption. And no matter where you go on the internet, it's just surrounding you. This little bubble is surrounding you. And for me, I really like that. So that's the importance of a VPN, why you might consider one. And now I want to take a look at something. And by the way, if you have questions about VPN, place them, of course, right in the description for me. Teresa, thank you. Yes, I don't want to be sold to. I also don't shop at stores who bum rush me at the door. I don't like the bum rush. What I do like is this: if somebody comes up to me and says, "Do you have any questions?" Okay, if you don't, I will be right over there. Putting signs on the whatever. I do like it when people acknowledge me and let me know they're around if I need anything. I don't like stores that will bum rush you and over and over again. I feel a little watched at that point. If 5 people have asked me what do I need, especially the art store, dude. I'm just shopping at the art store. I don't know what I want. I'll come out with a pile of stuff. Don't you worry, sweethearts. Anyway, so if you have any questions about VPN, toss them in there. Happy fun ball. Absolutely. People don't like to be sold, but people love to buy. Ooh, they do. They do. Jeffrey Gittimer quote, Brett Williams, thank you for that this beautiful Monday morning. Jessica, please excuse my ignorance, but this isn't like needing a separate modem or something like that. Is it an app? Yeah, it's an app. So you can download this and use it on your machine. It comes for Mac, Windows, all the major ones. It is also an app that you can download on your phone and your iPad or, whatever mobile device that you have. And it just runs in the background. So it's a set it and forget it software that just protects you all the time. Let's see, especially at the art store. I don't know what I want. Oh, no, I don't. I will stand there for hours debating with myself on what I will use most. Anyway, very good, everybody. Now I want to talk to you about, because this was a secondary feature of TunnelBear that I loved very much, because I talk about branding a lot. I talk about giving your brand a personality, whether that personality is you or whether that personality is your brand itself. Giving your brand a personality helps you stand out head and shoulders above other people who just give their brand a name and then move on, right? The importance of having a presence. So let me talk to you about the olden days. The olden days when I was a theatrical student. I know you're shocked. I know you are. When I was a theater student and we talked about having a stage presence, it means this. When the focus is on someone else, when somebody else is on stage and they've got the spotlight, are you continuing to be 360 degrees in character, not trying to distract or upstage the person who's got the spotlight right now? But if people's eyes tend to wander off of the main character, are you still doing something 360 degrees believable? Are you still acting in character, or are you just standing there with your hands in your pockets watching the main character? You know what I'm saying? There's a huge difference in stage. And start to do this, okay? Go to Disney Plus, pull up Hamilton. I tell everybody to watch Hamilton, but if you do watch Hamilton, you'll notice that the background actors are they're never just hanging out watching. Even if they are watching the main character, they are doing so in character. And so, how does that translate to what you're doing? How does that translate to entrepreneurship? Did RJ just flip back to the old days for no reason at all? No, I've got a reason for you, and that is this. Your brand needs to be in character all the time. Your brand needs to be in character all the time. When people are looking at you on your website. People are looking at you, on social media. People are looking at you in any number of ways. Excelente. Does your brand act in character? Does it speak for itself? Does it cause interest? Does it give you a certain flavor for working with you? That's what a brand needs to do. And I looked at TunnelBear over the weekend, and I was just like, these people know what I'm talking about. Now, when I'm writing bots for people, we absolutely create an avatar that has your brand personality and talks like your brand talks. We absolutely do it, because otherwise, there's a certain element of fun and gamification to that when you add personality to your brand. And there's no better excuse for adding personality to your brand than, a bot avatar. But these folks don't have a bot. Maybe I'll talk them into one, but I want to show you their website right now. So let me do my thing here. We're going to pop to their website right now, and I'm going to disappear. Hold, please. Let's see here. Presenter invisible. All right. So here we are. I mean, the very first thing you've got is a bear coming out of a tunnel. I mean, quite literal, right? Really, really on the nose. By the way, it's totally there's totally a huge discount right now. It's just tunnelbear.com, folks. Tunnel and bear, just like they sound. And so let's go down a little bit here. Easy to use apps, all that, right? Works on everything, all that. That's nice. But look at this. All right. Most of us have lists on our website, right? We've got those little lists. We've got all the little things, the little icons. But these people chose to involve their brand in these. In every single one of these little circular pictures, you've got a bear. You've got bear paws. You've got imprints of paws. You've got bears. Bears everywhere, baby. And that was the first thing that stopped my scroll and made me read more. Because most of the time people just kind of do the throwaway. They kind of do what's easy, which I understand. There are people that love to build websites in the world, and they're called website designers. And then there's the rest of us who just want to get it out of the way. But this is excellent, excellent branding. This is that character who's not got the spotlight on him, that's acting in 360 degrees anyway. Because what you've got here, this is This is 24/7. This website is 24/7, and it is shouting that these people like to have fun and they're funny and that this is their brand. So let's keep going here. Let's see. There's a little shield here. That's not necessarily a bear, but once again, super funny stuff. Bears going fast, engineered for speed. And there's one more right here. They're talking about a self audit here. They self audit. They hire an independent company to audit their services all the time. And what have they got? A bear taking an X-ray. Yes, my friends. So that's all the further I'm gonna go. That's all the further I'm gonna go on that. Let me turn myself, back to visible again. Boop. We'll go back here to the comments, and I will catch up. Okay. Hey, Dave Smith. Good to see you. Very good. Love the invisibility cloak. Everybody needs one, baby. Now I'm going to start calling it that, Dave. Here's a comment. Jessica says 360-degree character view, having your brand be in character all the time, and also acts in character around those in the spotlight, not distracting or trying to upstage everybody. What are your thoughts on professional relationships and expectations around supporting roles and maintaining a good cadence so everyone's feeling appreciated and respected in their own right too? That's a really good question, Jessica. For me, getting people to be appreciated and respected with your, and we'll talk about this in terms of with your brand today. Getting people to feel appreciated and respected, allowing them to have some input. And again, my favorite way of doing this is a chatbot because it's so easy. Chatbot is nothing more than a structured conversation that you have a pre-recorded side and your folks, the people coming in, looking at your website, deciding whether they want to go further with you or not. Those are your users, right? For your users, allowing them input in the conversation, allowing them the respect of targeting them with the stuff that they want to be targeted with. A lot of times too, I'll ask my folks, do you want me to keep contacting you through email? Would you rather receive a text when I've got news going on? Some of them just like that more. They want to be associated with me. They do not want an email in their freaking inbox every other day. Now, for me, I don't send them that often. I just send them when I have something to say, which I think people appreciate. But there's a respect there and there's an accountability there that means that I also need to pay attention to what I've promised. And then I need to send things accordingly. Let me say this. It takes more in the setup. It does. It does. It takes more of my time. Well, it takes more of my team's time. Hi, Tom and Alexa. I love you. Anyway, it takes more of their time, but honestly, worth every minute because I want people to feel respected. I want them to feel valued and not like they're just some stupid number that now I'm going to add them to some stupid huge email list and and that's it. I'm going to hope that they show up someday in my, on my sales list. Yeah, I don't care about that. I care about developing the relationship. I do. And here's why. And I think, Jessica, you know some of this from just the work that you're doing. I care about developing the relationship because I never know when that relationship might lead to something huge. You just never know. So there's a guy I know. His name's Charles Bird. I talk about him all the time because I love that guy. He runs a company called Pure JV. And in this company, he's the one that taught me. He taught me a lot about joint ventures. What he taught me, just with his very presence, was that, I met the guy 2.5 years, 3 years ago. 2 years ago? It had to have been 2 years ago. Met him 2 years ago on a boat. Marketers Cruise. We were both on a summit that was teaching about joint ventures. It was a lot of fun, and we kind of got to know each other a little bit. What I knew about him was that he's the Evernote guy. He's why I'm in love with Evernote and a whole bunch of other software. But he's a guy who loves systems, and he loves people, and he loves bringing the right people together. And so I met him. There he was, Charles, a great big smile, a hug whenever I saw him, super nice family. And then I didn't really see him for about a year. Then we got on the boat again last January, and I saw him for 8 seconds. Introduced me to his wife. Mine happened to be standing beside me, so I introduced mine, and that was it for the entire trip. We didn't, time goes away fast on that boat, let me tell you. And then COVID hit, and nobody saw anyone. But he gave me a call last summer, and he said, "I heard that you do challenges really well." One of my clients, that I do a lot of challenges for, had recommended me and said, "This girl's great. You need her." And boom, Charles and I were doing business together. And not just that. We have done so many things together now. Like, he's like a part of my family. He and Donovan, if you're watching, Donovan, they're both a part of my family. They're people that I check in with every so often. They're people I do work with. They're people that I give intros to, recommendations to, all the whole gamut, because I just love them that much. Now, that wasn't a relationship that developed right away. It wasn't. It took a while. It took a long time of, actually no contact at all. I didn't have any contact at all. He remembered I was the bot girl. When it was time for him to do a challenge, he was talking to a friend of mine, a client of mine who happened to love my challenges, and said, "Hey, you really need to get to know this girl." He called me and said, "Well, let's give this a try." And boom, we were on a months-long project together, and it was so fun, and it was just awesome. And I look for many, many more years to come from my relationship with this guy, because he's got the right frame of mind. I love following him around. I love getting to know his friends, and I love being a part of his world. So, is that a relationship that is transactional? No. I muted myself there. I internally muted myself. No. It is not a transactional relationship. I am not looking for a payment in my bank account. What I am looking for is, I know he's a software geek like I am. I want to update him on all of the new cool stuff that I find that's really engaging. And he wants to update me on all of the stuff that he's doing, because there's always a possibility to work together. To me, that is one of the greatest relationships I have. It did not involve email. You know what I'm saying? Respect the people that are coming to you. Respect them enough to give them input, give them a choice, and then give them what they value. You never know where that relationship is going to lead. You just don't. So let me catch up on the comments. Whoa, there's a lot there. Let's see. This feels like a camping adventure, kind of. All right. I'll give you that. Lee Nash, hello. I heard Charles's webinar on Friday, and he mentioned you. Oh my gosh, did he? I love that guy. That's fantastic. Jessica says, fostering respect and appreciation in the context of branding looks like structured conversations that allow having input, allowing the respect of targeting them with the stuff they want to be targeted with, making sure they want to be emailed. No kidding. Also in the business known as, in the traditional marketing, that's known as a double opt-in. For me, that's, me just taking a moment and saying, "Hey, you really want to hear from me? This is what I'm going to give you. You cool with it?" Those kinds of questions, I would ask them I would ask them of a human being standing in front of them in just that way. Anyway, let's see. A respect and an accountability to pay attention to what you promise and deliver. Yes, setup requires more energy, but that's part of developing a good relationship. Years ago, I used to be the girl that went into a job, and I had many jobs. I was not good at corporate slavery, but I had some jobs, let me tell you. And I would go into these jobs that I've always been good at. I've always been good at computers. I've never been a programmer, but I've always been good at looking at the underlying logic structure of what's going on and saying something like, you know what? If we did this step at the beginning, we could avoid these 6 steps at the end of the process. Always, always. And now what has changed is I don't just look at that in terms of software. I look at that in terms of relationships, and I use the software to facilitate it. Does that make sense? If so, I just want to congratulate you because, I think that's wonderful. Anyway, love that story and appreciate you catered this response with also thinking about me too and speaking through my lens. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's what it's all about. That really is what it's all about. Respect others by giving them input, a choice. Oh gosh. Input, a choice. I think there was another one too, but I may have forgotten it. Listen, I have talked so much, you guys. I have talked so much today about VPNs. We covered VPNs. Consider them. They're a really good way to just make your internet experience better. If you have ever stood somewhere talking about somebody, maybe it's a product, maybe it's a coffee cup, maybe somebody's got some really good coffee cups, and a friend of yours is talking to you about the specific brand of coffee cup. Later, you go on Facebook and you see that you're getting an ad for that specific type of coffee cup. Don't panic. Don't panic. What's happening there is your friend has been shopping for something. They're friends with you. Maybe somebody said that they were with you at a certain place, and boom, they've decided to serve the ads to you as well, just in case you might have been talking about it. It's, get a VPN and you get a tunnel. You just get a little encrypted tunnel to travel in, and you don't have to worry about that kind of weirdness anymore. You don't have to read ads everywhere. You don't have to do any of that stuff. It's worth it to me. And then just looking at that website and how it's branded. It's branded 360. It is everywhere you look, there's a bear. Whatever you read, there's comments about paws, claws, and everything else, man. And to me, that is branding that absolutely stands out. It makes that brand different. There are 1,000 VPNs out there. There's lots. Why would you choose one over another? For me, branding does it every time. If you have made me laugh during my workday and I didn't even ask you to do that, especially on a Monday morning, yes, it's your product I'm going to choose. Not everybody's like me, obviously, but think about that in terms of your own branding and what you bring to the world. So, that is so that's what I've got for you today. Probably, not enough pearls of wisdoms to fill a string, but it's coming, I'm sure. And I want to talk to you tomorrow. I will, of course, be here at the same time. And I do have a pretty cool thing happening. And let me write that in the comments right now. I have a pretty cool thing happening on January 14th. It is a free event. It is a live all-day deal. USG. Let's see. Okay, it's not going in there. Anyway, Skyrocket Live is where you sign up for that thing. It's a full day event. We're going to talk about the 3 secrets of ninja engagement. We talked about one of them today already. We talked about giving people a choice. We are going to deep dive into everything that can make your marketing engaging. You don't have to buy any software. You don't have to build anything complicated. You don't have to do any of those things to get involved with this way to make your marketing more of a 2-way street rather than a 1-way street. This is marketing that gets results. This is marketing that gets people involved. And that's what we want, isn't it? More people involved, more relationships, always means more business. So you're bouncing up and down, and I'm starting to feel like turbulence, like on a plane. I know. You know what? My dog occasionally, just right in the middle of a show, will decide that it's a really good time to, turn around 3 times and scratch at his bed. So I'm putting a fix on that situation. We'll see how it goes. But anyway, so you'll see me here tomorrow, 10 o'clock Central. Tomorrow I'm interviewing a guest. Her name is Petra Contrada. She has got a whole lot to share with you on resilience and thriving, and she's an amazing person. So want you to meet Petra. So come by tomorrow, 10 o'clock Central. And until then, you're the best audience ever. And I just love you. So take care of yourselves out there, stay safe, and I'll see you in a bot.